Two of them.
Wow.
What'd you do?
I hit the wrong button. I was jumping up and down and... Oh my gosh.
Wants to boink.
Wants to boink. What?
Not me!
What?
I'll pass, but thanks for the offer.
I'm talking to my chickens.
Wow.
Alright, killed the first guardian.
Did you really?
Yeah, I went in through the top. He was sitting right there.
Cool. Go Rain.
You doing with the whole milk and everything?
Yep, I got milk, I got potions, I got glowstone.
You doing it the water bear way?
I don't know.
You have the helmets and stuff.
Oh, crap, it gets rid of the other effects. I forgot.
Yep. You have to keep drinking potions.
Okay. That's doable.
That's so evil sounding.
He is evil.
Evil, 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 evil.
Want me to cackle?
Not particularly.
Oh, that's my job. There's a pig on my bridge.
She comes by it naturally, though.
Die,
Dude,
die,
she was at
die.
half a heart. Holy cow.
Yeah, you gotta get back into the,
One down! All my shit's in there, of course. Oh, God. Okay. I shouldn't have brought everything with me, huh?
Nope.
The chanting worked.
Well, that was dumb.
Yep.
Are you
don't know
recording?
how to get there from the nether when you need help.
You know how to get there from the nether?
No, I
doesn't
don't
know.
know how to
Oh.
get there from the nether.
There's a tunnel from my tunnel. It's just hidden.
Is there?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have told him. Now he's gonna find it in like 2.5 seconds.
I'm not gonna look for it.
That's what you said about the thing, but you still found it.
Oh.
You just died again?
Yeah, just getting to the portal, because I don't
Oh
have
my
anything
gosh.
on me.
Do you need some help?
Maybe just to get my stuff.
Go into the nether so it unloads.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. SykoYoda back here with another adventure in Minecraft, and today we are taking a look at some progress that I have been taking care of while we are on break with my son for school. Talked about in the last episode about doing something to the effect of this, and this is kind of what we come up with here. I don't know if it's rounded well enough or not. There may be some need for more rounding to happen, but I got a basic layout going on in this area here all the way around. We got multiple doors that open up, which led me into some other thought processes that we will get to as we continue on with this project. But then along with that, we also worked out a basic idea for a stairway up. The reason why the steps are as such so that we can get a smooth transition allowing to run, so it's not just on stairs, it'll be half slabs and full blocks, and that will allow us to run all the way up the staircase, making it a little bit easier to get up and down here for anybody who would travel down here for whatever reason and then need to head back up. The location down there will end up having beds and stuff in it for when you are playing King of the Ladder, so there's a good chance that somebody will forget at some point to sleep in their bed at home and get stuck over here and go, oh crap. As you can see, I moved all of the stuff from up above up there. I closed the glass off, I believe I did. I may have not done that completely yet, but I believe I closed the glass off and brought everything over here. Here's the extras chest with some extra purple glass in it. Also put another ender chest in my area, put one over here so I could access the stuffs. As you can see, I've added some things to it, so it'll just be easier to grab some fairly basic materials, you know, but the stuff that you're not going to easily have available to you. Nothing too fancy, just a place to put that stuff. I wanted to work on a couple of things today. The first one is I want to show you my concept for putting these guys in the wall. So this guy right here, if you look at the coordinates here, it's the X coordinate is 4200-ish, and the Y coordinate is 4335. 36-ish, and I believe that puts us at, hit the wrong number, a direction of, or a area of 525x and, did I say YZ, and 542Z. So over here is going to be the X5, and then Y will be 25, which will be this way. Okay, 25, and then no, that's 42.
You're all going to die down here.
We are not. So it'll be basically right in here. So what I'm hoping to do is put that portal behind here, and it looks like that'll allow me to put a portal back here as well. You got this opening on the other side where the three, that's the main thing in here. So the idea behind this is to be able to put a portal in all three of these as such, allowing for this to look, you know, essentially the same in each direction. So if we dig this out a little bit, I'm just gonna go through here so I can get a basic idea where it is. 425, right in this area. This is where the portal would be for that area that we are setting up for our gaming section. So essentially I can just go in here, set up the portal in this general vicinity, and it should link up with that fairly easily. Did you see that? Oh, there's lava dripping from something. Oh wow, okay. There's lava right above that one right there. So that will do nicely for that, and that will give us the idea that I was hoping for to create this area, kind of bring everything together. This one right here that we already have set up, I believe, is already basically on top of the portal here. Let's go ahead and take dimensions here real quick. It should work out to still link those up, and then I can make this entire area glass. And then we'll have this location here heads all the way off to spawn, but if there's another area that opens up or I want to get to that is in that portal region, it'll be no problem to get to. And then we have this corner left, and if that basically was on point for the other area that we already put a portal in. So let me think about this real quick. If we're heading straight from there, that means we're heading from that direction. What would be over here? There is some snow biomes over here. I know there's some more taiga over this direction, but we might be able to find, hello, Ghast. We might be able to find a desert biome or something over here, so we could use this as a resource hub possibly. It'd be really cool if we could find some kind of either water temple or witch hut or something like that over in that general direction. So you're getting an idea now as to what direction I'm heading with this. And to make that go even further now, I have in my inventory some regular chests and some trap chests, and I wanted to now reveal part of my concept. This is not only my nether hub, this is also going to be my storage facility. It is a little bit bizarre to put storage in the nether, and it can definitely be dangerous. There is no doubt about that. But if you take a look right here, very carefully at this, you got this perfect middle point all the way around. It's 3 high, and then it has the bump up. Well, that allows for us to do something like this pretty easily. Just gonna pop a couple of chests down in here, and once you take the tops out of here, you got yourself an access. What we can come up with is a concept that allows us to lay out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double chests on each side of this. We could set it up so that it goes all the way around if we wanted to, so we could behind here do the same thing, pop that out, go 2 back, and fill in all the way around. But it gives us plenty of space for storage options, and it puts all of our storage in a fairly centralized location. So when I get these portals in, like I put the portal in over there, and I bring that portal over here, I can pop back and forth between each area just by popping into the nether, going through the portal, and then popping back out, and it allows me to get to each section fairly quickly. That's the basic idea and concept behind what we're going to be doing with this area. I hope I can get it all to work. I think that it will be a fun way and a good solution to do this. I personally have never understood why no one has ever really bothered putting their stuff in the nether. Now, I get that there is an issue with glitching through and for multiple reasons and things that can go wrong via gas and other things, but as far as I know, a lot of those issues have been resolved. Another thing with that here is it allows you to add lighting into the wall and it be hidden, because there is this gap from the chest, as far as I know, that it actually does let light level through. If it does not, at least looks like it does, the visual glitch as such. But I think it'll make this area look pretty peachy keen. The only issue I have now is that I'm going to be having some overflow, because doing it like this, that kind of limits me to 1 double chest for all of these items. Now, that's not necessarily a completely bad thing, but it does mean that we're going to have some overflow on things like, especially like cobble and netherrack, things like this. So now I have to figure out exactly what I want to do with the overflow. I can set up multiple chests above this and create some kind of way to get up above here and backfill chests. I can totally do that. I thought about possibly popping out things like that and then linking the chests all the way up to, through chests and hoppers all the way down. I don't really like that idea because then it ruins the appearance in here. If I was to put an access chest above, how would I do that? Would I just dig straight across? Would I worry about getting it finished off up there? Because, quite frankly, once all of this stuff gets done, I have a few pumpkins and stuff that need to be hidden correctly. But there would be no reason to really go up there unless we were loading stuff. So really the only thing I can think of is to create something that would be centrally located and go up into there and have a way to get over to the things that had multiple chests in it. And then I could add the multiple chests only as needed. I spent a little bit of time figuring it out, and this is what I come up with. I did go and just grab some cobble so I could finish this up. As I said, I wanted to add some kind of protection in here. So what we're going to do is try to cover a bit of this up with cobble underneath, which is the most potential for gassed situation happening, is from down below. And as you can see, I'm adding some pumpkins in here for some lighting, as I talked about doing. And then to let that light come through so we still get this glow effect, I want to go ahead and use the purple glass, continue with that theme. And then on top of that, everywhere that's wrapped, you can see it on this side, everywhere that's visible is going to be wrapped in the andesite. I believe that's what it is. Yes, diorite? Not. And then we have, for the back wall, we're going to do the quartz. So I'm just going to fill this in like so. You know what? I don't know if quartz is blast proof either, so I'm going to not fall off the edge. There we go. Put that down like so, and then we'll go ahead and put some cobble down here as well. I had to build up some of that under there as well, so that it is going to be a problem from time to time having to deal with areas that may have to be built up a little bit, but it shouldn't be too difficult. if there is a spot that I can't find anything connected to it at the right level, even going down there and just stacking up shouldn't be too big of a deal. I mean, I can see where the circle is plain as day, so it's not going to be a problem figuring all that stuff out. Alright, so I obviously am going to need some more quartz because that is all I have. But the reason why I decided to do quartz back there is if you take a look, it has a very smooth texture when it joins together. It's a lot harder to tell what's going on. You do get that little bit of purple popping through there. And then along with that, if you take a look here, you've got the material on both top and bottom of the chest of what's going to be in there. So I just went ahead and laid out the wood. How's that supposed to work, Psycho? Huh? How's that supposed to work? Well, it looks like I cannot put indicators both top and bottom, because otherwise we're going to have a problem there. Let's see here. Alright, so I got to take all those out. That's alright. I will take a couple of these here and make a workbench. Throw one down for a temporary thing here. Right there is fine for now. We will do half slabs out of quartz. Will that work? That'll actually reduce the amount of diorite we need. I'm all for that. Doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible. What do we think? What do we think? I could pop that up and make the glass show a little bit more, but I don't really like that either. But this will allow us to access the chests. See, I don't understand why when they came out with these new blocks, they just didn't automatically implement half slabs and stairs in them. It is beyond me as to why that's not a thing from the get-go. Furthermore, polished diorite and all them, how come you can't make bricks out of them? Just like you can any of the other stuff. Just an idea, just a thought, and a basic understanding as to it doesn't make any sense to me as to why it's not already there. But what do we think? I think that'll still keep the outside looking the way I want it to. I'll still get a very white visual. I mean, look, if you come way back here and look back, look how smooth and clean it looks. It just looks white. I like that. The purple basically disappears. You don't have to go very far for that to happen either. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I will accept that as being my final situation here. I still like the indicators down below as we have them. I think that'll work for us. Now, as I was saying, I'm going to just drop everything off in one of these chests here. I know this is the wrong chest for a lot of this stuff. I'm just trying to get it out of my inventory, keep the boat with me here. And I want to go into the main area to show you guys something, but while we're going, I'm going to go ahead and grab with my SykoTouch some more of the quartz, and then I can fortune it once I get back to the base. I've been slowly, every time I make a pass going down here, working on this. As you can see, we're doing some pretty good progress on it. I only have to go widen it 2 more here, so that's pretty good. I do have to dig more of this out to figure out the finish, but I don't know what I want to do for the finish yet, so I'm not too concerned about that. Let's go ahead and grab the quartz that's in the floor. I have to be a little bit mindful of not digging underneath me, just simply knowing that we're so close to the nether ceiling in a couple of places. But I'm going to go ahead and grab as much of this as I can as we're going, right? We've been contemplating doing something over at the main area for a while, and they asked if we had any ideas or suggestions. The first thing I said right off the get-go, and this might have even been on video very early on, is I did not want to have anything over there that would be constantly running. I didn't want an iron farm or anything like that, because I didn't want anything that would create more lag issues than we're already going to have. You can get servers that can run all that stuff and not have much of a problem with it, but this is just a Realms server. And although they run really, really well, It's still something I don't want to have to add any more stress to it, so that everybody still has a very good experience on here. They enjoy the environment. They want to spend time on here. They're not concerned about it being a pain in the butt to get things done. So after thinking about it for quite a while, the one that came to my mind, and I don't know that this will work for sure or not, but it's still a good location to put it, is a creeper factory of sorts. I want to build a huge platform that we can go grab creepers when it's nighttime out, and hopefully get them stuck in a location that will be high enough that we can easily get it struck by lightning, so that we can get some mob heads. Because I talked about this before as well. As far as I know, the only way to get the mob heads without doing something to your server specifically is to go in and find a charged creeper or make a charged creeper. And this will give us a platform kind of similar to what Blame the Controller came up with on the Minecraft server, where we can all go in there and catch some creepers and hopefully get them eventually hit by lightning, and then get ourselves some heads so we can create some really cool banners. Along with that, I would like to have a couple of the heads and stuff just for decorations. I mean, I don't necessarily want a creeper head for a decoration, but I would love to have a couple of skeleton heads for decorations. I just think they're awesome looking when you set them on things, you know. I think I mentioned this before as well. I don't think there is a way to get even Steve heads. Can I just... what the hell? Do I want to remember this is here? Is this already connected? It probably is already connected, isn't it? Yeah, it is. We're not going to worry about that then. So giving us an option to get those any way we can would be very, very cool to me. I would very much be happy to have that available to us. And I've talked to Water Bear about it, and he said that sounds good to him. He'd like to find a way to get that done too. It's probably going to be derpy like anything else that I do. I don't really pay attention much to tutorials and stuff. I will look up the tutorial occasionally when I know that that's something that's done very prevalently, and there's no real reason for me to figure out a way to do it myself. I mean, I'm not against at all using somebody else's ideas. I just like to kind of figure things out myself. I don't necessarily take the Etho approach on things, but I'm very similar in the thought process as Etho, where it's not playing the game for me is not figuring out how somebody else did something over and over again. Playing the game for me is experiencing it myself and seeing what I can create or come up with or do on my own, as much as possible within a basic, easy timeline. If it's something that is going to be extremely difficult to create, then yeah, I will probably just look it up. In fact, I have, especially for like iron golem farms and stuff like that. I mean, there's been so many people that have tried to figure out why it works and how it works and all that good stuff. I'm not gonna bother trying to reinvent something that has already been so heavily worked on. Alright, so I finished that row off there, and we are back here. It looks like Water Bear is doing some work. I can see why he needed this material here. He's changed up the way his rail cart and stuff is set up, and he's got himself a new tunnel of sorts getting in progress here. Hopefully he adds some lighting in, although this is the Nether, it always has a bit of lighting. It's very dark in here. I don't know if he plans on changing that up at all or not. Maybe we can ask him at some point on video here and see what his ultimate plan is for that. I like the idea of putting the carpet over the rails, though. It's a lot less intrusive than doing half slabs. This is something he told me that he did a while back. There he is right there digging out trees, where we had a whole bunch of oaks in here to do the furnace arrays. Looks like he's added to his furnace array as well. And the 4x4 spruce give a heck of a lot more wood. My concern always was for these that they didn't give enough saplings, but apparently that's not the case. So it looks like everything is good to go with these. As you can see, we got this one set up here. It was a single. He has now made it into a double. He basically copied what I did. Then I made this up for the main island netherrack to be turned into nether brick. And then I just put in a whole bunch of extra chests over here to put it all into. It looks like I still need to add one over there. And we'll just slowly fill this thing up. The beauty of this, the way it works, is you basically got these going with wood turning into charcoal. And because the amount of charcoal being created is... it's faster to create the charcoal than it is being used in these. You never have a situation where you're running out of charcoal in the lower ones. I did bring over some coal blocks in case that changed. It looks like somebody took them or used them. I don't know. So we've now got a very viable situation going on. Keep this stuff going. What is he making? Is he making glass now? Nice. That's a lot of glass, dude. I wonder if he's got something special planned for that. So once these all get filled up, we can start kind of working on the project over here. As you can see, also, if you remember how this looked at all, it would be quite a bit taller, about as tall as that island that's floating over there is. One day, Waterbear brought his beacon over here, and him and Scree came over here and just took all this down to this level. And he asked me what level we needed it at. I said that I didn't really know. I just know I wanted to take it down and make it more flat. I think this will work for us. I can't even explain or describe what my concept is at this point, so you just have to wait and see until we start working on it. Just understand it is going to be huge and hopefully take up the majority of this island. Or, not the island itself, but the majority of this area, because, let me go, I got some more of the saplings. Is there in here? I think if you go, yeah, this way, it's actually connected to a long string over here. I think this is the direction. Well, that is not the case. I thought that was connected. Maybe there's one over here that's connected. Anyway, we're going to kind of round it off a little bit more, and I'll probably dig all of this out, or somebody will dig all this out. Keep those as islands, but take this stuff away. And same kind of thing there. Kind of pull some of that away and out away from it. Try to create more water areas around it. A good part of the caving systems under here is already lit up because of our first day on the server. We all did caving underneath the deal here. I mean, we still have the door in place and everything of the place that we set up to start off with. So that went down into quite a bit of caves. Hello, Mr. Pigman. And that's the story on that. That's kind of where we're going with that. It's cool to see stuff happening on the server constantly. I would say that Waterbear has probably spent more time on here than I have, but you know, them college kids, they don't really have anything to do, so what do you expect, right? I'm just messing around with you, Waterbear. Well, I'm going to get to some other projects and probably come back to this episode here in a day or two while I'm away, kind of getting some other stuff done for the YouTubes.